So in the S21 group now we have seen many problems surface. And that is good because only we see the problem, we solve the problem, we can progress. And if we look at ourselves, in the S21 group, most of us have more than 10 years of experience in practice 小念頭. So we still make this type of mistake. And that's why we need to pay really full attention to correct it, or else it is called hopeless. Because after 10 years, one still have this type of problem, that means it is not going to help us to learn anything. So let me sum up the problem for you. So majorly there are three basic problems. The first problem is when one practices the S21, one's mind is somewhere else. One is practice the S21 according to what it is, but one obviously is not. One thing, one do another thing. So that's the first one. If we do not straighten this out, drop this away, we will continue live in illusion. The second problem is one don't aware of one's lower four bowls, which is the lower part of the body. But then, is it true that it's just not aware of the lower four bowls? Well, it turned out it is not. Like I pointed out today, with the way how one handles one's shoulder, how is one going to breathe? If one not aware of that one cannot breathe, how is one supposed to develop anything which is useful? So it is not just the lower four bowls. It is the entire body it is not aware. So if one keeping doing it this way, one never develop any kung fu. Because one really don't know what one is doing. The third one is the problem of really quickly jump into those hand techniques, and then start to think. And then start to saying this is right, this is wrong. But then when asked, why is this correct, why this is wrong, don't know. And then expect other people to tell us what is the proper way to do things. Well, this again is a problem. It is running, chasing the dead end. So-called hand techniques, right or wrong. And then need to get somebody to approve us, to tell us what is right or wrong. How is one going to learn anything? So it is just like a robot. You want somebody to tell you what to do, and the robot also only pay attention to nitpicking, this technique, that technique, but still don't know, is it right, is it wrong, why, what, why, how, no idea. So this is three major problem now we see. It's not to blame anybody, but this is the three problem which is you can see in most of the Kung Fu training today. That's why it's called hopeless. Now, the reason why the first steps of learning S21 is just mimic the move, and one need to aware of one's physical and physical movement. It's because one need to cut away all these things, all these three problems. If one really aware of one's physical body when one practice, one will quiet down one's mind and aware of it, what one is doing. So one will not do the first type of screw up, where one's mind is somewhere else, one thing one do this, but one actually doing something else. And also, if one really aware of one's body, one will aware of what is going on. It's even like a baby, like a baby. If something, the baby doesn't feel good, the baby will cry. Instead of keeping doing it and have no idea what it is. So again, you need to fix that with awareness, unify with the physical body and physical movement. The third problem, obviously, is looping in the mind, right, wrong. One only see hand techniques, and then one needs somebody to tell us what is right, what is wrong, what is correct. And that's why you end up with all kinds of ideas and opinion but go nowhere. Why? Again, because one not aware of what is going on. As in my instruction of the X21, I say that shut off the mind, aware of the body. So if one really aware of one body, one not going to jump into this hand technique, that hand techniques. One go into the entire body first, because that's the first priority. The second thing, if one aware of one's body, then one know why this is comfortable or not comfortable, because as soon as you feel something uncomfortable, you go check. Why is it uncomfortable? You experiment with it, and that's how you learn. It's not waiting for somebody to tell you, oh, my tan sao have to do this way. So you have 100 years of thousands of people have this way of tan sao, that way of tan sao, but still one not aware of anything at all. So the solution right now at this state is the awareness and the physical moment has to be synchronized, or else it is dead end. Now obviously, when you get to upper level, when one know how to deal with the breathing and the chi flow and so forth, there are many details, and that will show us, we know right away based on the nature of the body, like in my book, Wing Chun Inception, the synchronization, something wrong in that synchronization, one know which layer got problem. One can go check it. So that's why that chapter in synchronizations in the Wing Chun Inception is there. But right now, seriously, one don't have that type of awareness to go that far. Okay? So this need to be changed right away. There's no tomorrow, it's now. Start from basic, as I always say. Is that difficult to practice the S21 this way? No, it's very simple. Every baby, before even one be able to crawl, laying down there, biting the thumb, the toes, play around with it, That's what you need. It's not to train one into a robot. It's to make one aware of one's body so one be able to make the best use of it. Now, if a baby without needing to think be able to learn how to from laying down, biting, sucking the thumb, biting the toes, to crawl and to stand up, who cannot learn this thing? Everybody can learn it. So this is the bottom line. That's why past 100 years is completely screwed up. Because this grandmaster say this, that grandmaster say that, this lineage say this, that say that. Hey, come on, the entire Chinese Kung Fu is no longer what is a human, but feeling with, this style, according to this style, it means this. According to this grandmaster, it means that. According to this lineage, it means that. That just tell us that one don't know. So it end up like this today. So now we need to go start from the very beginning, like a baby, so that we develop the real Kung Fu for the real human beings. You are not robots. We are not robots. We all can learn. We all have the same capability and potential to learn. So this is what I like to share on this group today, because this is extremely important.